So as we should all be aware, the Democrats, the left, they're all usually pretty stupid and very America last. When I say stupid, they always seem to think they're so smart. They get some kind of worthless degree. Oh, I'm college educated. I'm so smart. You're dumb. And it's funny too because it'll show like, oh, Democrats are clearly smarter because they'll show graphs of like, or charts of like, highest levels of education, and then it's also Democrat majority, and they think there's a correlation, and that means something. When the reality is, they got like gender studies degrees and other extremely worthless stuff that will never benefit anybody ever. But ooh, they got that degree, so they're so smart. The other thing is, they always have the wrong take on absolutely everything. Look at the Maduro situation. When he got taken out, who was crying about it? American Democrats only. The rest of the world was completely fine with it. Venezuelans were happy with it. But American Democrats, that is so bad. I can't believe that you would take a dictator out. Which is ironic because on one hand, they're going to throw protests, no kings, and call Trump a wannabe dictator and all this and act like he's so horrible. But then when we take a dictator out and make life better for those citizens, it's so bad. And what are we doing? Or now with Iran. Again, the entire world is pretty happy with what happened. Iranians are ecstatic. American Iranians are posting videos celebrating what happened. But American Democrats, they got to be bent out of shape over it. I can't believe that this is what happened. I can't believe that, Trump made a decision without consulting Congress and having an American mandate. Blah, blah, blah. Even though, Obama did plenty without congressional approval and all that. He was Mr. Drone Strike King. I don't think he was regularly asking Congress for approval. But, it's fine then, right? Because that's their team. I also don't think there was congressional... Maybe there was, I don't know. But I don't think there was an American mandate for Biden to be sending hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. But that was fine too, right? Because, we need to support Ukraine because Russia bad. But if Trump did that, I can't believe he's sending all this taxpayer money to Ukraine. That is money that we need to be using here in this country, which is true. But, if Trump does it, all of a sudden, then the Democrats understand how to be intelligent individuals. So anyways, I give this whole preamble because I found this stupid little picture, this meme, whatever you want to call it, and I just want to talk about it. So it says, MAGA in a nutshell, I don't care what the Epstein files say. I'd rather have a pedophile rapist grift in the country than admit I was ever wrong. So I assume that the implication here that they're trying to say is that Trump is in the Epstein files, and us Republicans just don't want to hear it. We can't accept the truth. Ugh. But the reality is we know for like 100% that he's not in the files. One, if he was, this would have been exposed during Biden's regime, Biden's dictatorship, because all they did during those 4 years was pursue Trump and the people around him for everything. I mean, they had to come up with, really stretching it to come up with the felonies that they were able to charge him with, just to be able to get that on him. Oh, good, he's a felon. We got him. Like, if he was in there, it would have came out, and it didn't. So right there is a huge green flag that he's not in there. Second, we just had a former president, Clinton. I don't really know how much you want to take his word, considering everything that we know about him since his presidency and even what he did during his presidency. Monica. But even he's basically exonerated Trump, too. A former president is exonerating the current president by saying, I have no idea of anything that any involvement Trump had with Epstein. Basically meaning that, there's nothing there. But nope, can't take that either. He just doesn't, I don't know why he said that. No, actually, no, they twist it and treat it as if somehow that's some kind of a gotcha. And it's like, he's saying he has no idea of anything. Like, that's not a gotcha at all. That's exonerating him. That's saying, yeah, don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. But anyways, not only that, but we also have, the emails where Epstein said that Trump was such a bad guy. Which, of course, the Democrats take that on surface level, and they're like, oh, look what Epstein said. Trump is so terrible. Oh, that he was doing a lot of weird, vile stuff with kids. Oh, when the reality is no. If Epstein is supposed to be seen as the bad guy. Everyone should agree that he was a bad guy and has done a lot of vile, disgusting things. So if a bad guy is calling somebody else bad, doesn't that act as a double negative, and that would make Trump good? You know, like they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, if Epstein is our enemy and Epstein didn't like Trump, then maybe we like Trump because he's a good guy that the bad guy didn't like. If Satan said that somebody was too bad for him, does that mean that that person is just somehow worse than Satan? Satan's supposed to be the worst. So if somebody was too bad for him, maybe it's because they were good and he couldn't break them. That's why they were too bad. They were too much of a problem for Satan to deal with. So, you know, transitorily, that's a confirmation right there that Trump didn't do anything wrong. Then, there's also the evidence that Trump was basically the only person cooperating with the FBI, trying to rat on Epstein and you know, talk with the FBI on how he was aware of the vile things that he was doing. No one else wanted to, only Trump. But for some reason, Trump's the one that's the huge problem, right? He's the one that we gotta look for in those files. Everyone else, who cares? Oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce are on there? That's fine. It's just Trump we need to go after. And then what else? Oh yeah, he also kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. Again, probably one of the only people who actually did something against Epstein. He realized Epstein was disgusting and was like, I don't want you in my home, property, whatever Mar-a-Lago was supposed to be, my resort. But yeah, you know, again, it's the MAGA people. We're just so stupid. You know, we don't want to know the truth. We just have mountains of evidence in front of us stating the opposite of what you guys want to put as the narrative, but it's us that's dumb, not you guys that keep going on and on with it. Same as the Russia crap. We ended up finding out that that was something that was started by Hillary or whatever, or Obama and Hillary, something in that area. I don't know the full details, but they invented it. And yet, to this day, you'll still hear Russia. Oh, he's just a Russian puppet. No, he never was to begin with. It's all propaganda, but you guys are so stupid, you just keep running with it. Or, what else? There's just always... it's just constant evidence and proof that the left is just dumb. And they don't like reality. That's another one, too, that I was trying to think of, that I drew a blank on, but it came back to me. It was COVID. We've been calling out COVID for years while it was in existence. I remember, you know, this really struck our country in, like, January of 2020. And in March, that's when it struck my area of the country. And, like, my company had a one-day shutdown. And then we went back to work a day later. And I was like, dang it, I thought we were going to get some time off. But anyways, it just seems suspicious to me because I was like, whenever somebody gets sick, it doesn't seem that bad. And like, you know, it's almost to the point too that you're not even sure if you have it. It's like you have to take the test to confirm that you have it. And I was like, I thought this was supposed to be so terrifying and horrible. And so like by April of that same year, a month into it being in my area of the country, I was already questioning it, saying, I don't think it's as severe as we've been told. But nope, you gotta keep pushing that propaganda. And all the people on the left just ate it right up. Oh, yeah, it's so bad. 6 feet. Oh, my God. Oh, you have COVID? I can't believe you'd go out in public. You're going to get other people sick. It's so scary. No, it's not. It was only scary in the very beginning when nobody knew anything really about it and it just kind of started. And it was only scary if you had pre-existing health conditions or elderly. Which, fine, if you do have either one of those, that's, you know, a sucky situation to be in. But for the mass majority of the people, we didn't have to be on a lockdown, a global lockdown and all this. We didn't have to worry about masks in public. Like, it was fine. Really, nothing has really changed since then, and yet we're back to being unmasked and stuff. So, what was the point in the first place? I mean, yeah, you could argue, well, no, because now there's vaccines. Yeah, those vaccines were worthless. They don't do anything. What was it? It says that, I think the stats were something like it increases your immunity by 11% or something. Oh, wow, 11%. Man, that's a guarantee right there. So there's an 89% chance that I still have no immunity at all. But there's an 11%. Oh. That means if I got COVID 100 times, or was around COVID 100 times, 11 of those times I wouldn't have gotten it. But the other 89 times I'd get it. But because I might not get it 11 times, I definitely need those shots. The main shot and the 49 boosters. Oh yeah, I'm a smart Democrat. Anyways, I'm going on a weird tangent here. All I wanted to do was just talk about this dumb picture, this stupid meme. You know, they're trying to hate on Republicans and act like we're dumb, but the reality is, liberals and Democrats are the dumb ones. And that's all I got. Have a great